You also have been asking me about the price increases. Oh my goodness me. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't even hear myself speaking to you through this towel over my hair. What a strange introduction and something very, very different for my channel. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to see the light of day, but I just had a real notion to vlog what is happening and to share it with you guys and let you know what's going on. So I thought I would start with a little bit of a get ready with me, answer some of the questions you guys have been sending me on Instagram, and let you know what's going on. So let's get started. Okay, so I need to remember to actually get ready while I talk, because as we know, I talk a lot. First thing is my Dermalogica Active Moist. I use Dermalogica products on my skin for everything. I think if you've ever had any problems with your skin, they are really, really good. They don't aggravate my skin. They don't well, they don't cause breakouts. I will get the odd breakout every so often anyway. I have always had that, but these generally seem to keep it under control, and I have been using them since. So let's get the moisturizer base on. So what is going on, and why have I decided to turn my camera on and talk to you whenever I don't normally do this? Well, if you have watched my videos before, you will have heard me say that my mum was a single parent. My dad passed away very suddenly in 2018. They had been separated for a long time, but were actually probably better friends after they got separated than whenever they were married. But he passed away in his sleep in December 18, and my mum then had a stroke on the 19th of December 19. Okay, this is the Dermalogica Skin Primer. This is the one that has like little crushed pearls in it. It has an SPF 30 for anybody that has a tropic. Well, I suppose everybody should actually be wearing SPF on their skin, but especially if you live somewhere a little bit sunnier than here. And this is the professional one, which a friend of mine gets for me, but you can buy it in an actual tub, and this is fabulous. I use this as the primer underneath my makeup every single day. Okay, so on December 19, my mum had a stroke. She had a massive stroke. She is left-handed and she lost the power of her left side completely. Her speech was affected. Her face was affected. She couldn't really walk. Her arm, as I say, she's left-handed, lost all of its power. And it was literally like life changed. Overnight, I had a newborn baby. Our youngest was very young. My mum, before that, would have helped out with childcare. We do have creche, but one day a week my mum would have had my older son. And, well, that changed overnight. That is just the primer, which gives a little bit of light coverage and just evens the skin out a little bit before makeup. Now, where did I get to? Yes, so the stroke overnight, life changed. My mum was still working. Now, she was past retirement age, but she doesn't like to be bored. Wonder where that came from. But she was still working 2 days a week. And she was extremely active. She would put me to shame. I know a lot of you would send me messages about how do I fit everything in with the business and the children and YouTube and all of that jazz. But believe me, my mum would put me to shame. This is Clinique Even Better foundation, which also has an SPF 15 in it. It evens and corrects. This is quite light. I don't like to have my makeup on that feels too caked or too heavy. So in this, I feel as if my skin can still breathe, if that makes sense. But yet it still gives me enough coverage. If you can see here, you can see that scar probably quite clear here and here. As I mentioned in a previous video, I was bit in the face by a dog whenever I was much younger. And yes, I know I have 2 dogs, I know. But this is where these scars came from, the bite. And I also have some acne scarring from whenever I was younger. But I find that it gives me enough coverage without caking me. Obviously, I don't normally do these, so none of this is sponsored and none of this is gifted. This is just the makeup that I genuinely use. So the stroke happens. My mum is basically bed bound, or she's sitting in a chair. She is kept in hospital and released before Christmas. So she's able to come home for Christmas, but she isn't able to, she's not herself. Anybody that has any experience of a stroke, they are life-stealing. They are debilitating. They change your world overnight. Sorry. They do change your world overnight, and she went from being completely full of life and active to just... It was one of the scariest things ever. She was... It took a lot of hard work and determination. My mum is extremely determined. Again, lol. And once she got over the initial shock, she decided that she was not going to go under it, and it was not going to win, and she was going to get her life back. And she worked very, very, very hard at the rehab, but the early stages, it was very small progress. She needed help with a lot of things. Normally, my mum would have been the one that was taking care of everyone else. Even as I grew up and had 2 children, she would have been helping with the children. She would have been doing the hand washing. She was the one that was the glue, really, that held everything together, and would have been doing a lot for other people. I'm just going to take this off. That was difficult. She needed help with everything, sanitary, with dressing, with everything. But as I say, she was determined that she was going to get over it. She was determined that she was going to get her life back, and she worked extremely hard. Now, just to let you guys see what the coverage of that is like, as I say, it's quite light. It's not a caked on, but I like it because I feel as if I can still feel my skin. Why am I talking to you about my mum having a stroke in the middle of a handbag channel? Well, we have some handbags, as you can see in the background. Well, she's getting married tomorrow, and that is why I'm talking to you about this. She is getting married tomorrow. I can't believe I'm saying those words out loud. Obviously, by the time, if this goes on to my channel, by the time that you guys see it, she will already be married. I am her... Is it matron of honour whenever you're already married yourself rather than bridesmaid? But I am a 40-year-old bridesmaid. You can see the dress in the background and the special bra that had to come to go with the dress in the background. I am going to show you that. I'm going to show you some of the getting ready progress. I'm going to show you the wedding makeup. I'm going to show you my dress. I'm going to show you as much as I can. Obviously, my family don't know about this channel, so it's going to be quite hard to film some of this for you to show, but I just want to share it. I think, why? Because normally I don't share my family life on here, but my mum had a stroke. She was in her bed. She was aged 40 years overnight. She couldn't really move. She couldn't really eat. She couldn't really speak. And she is walking down the aisle tomorrow. And I think we all need to take a moment and just celebrate that. That is in a world where we have so many bad things happening and so many negative stories. She's out of the bed, eating, walking down the aisle tomorrow and getting married. And it's amazing to me. She is amazing to me. Her sheer determination, commitment. She is a force to be reckoned with. Just, yeah, take a moment. So let's just, as much as I can, show you what is going to happen, show you a little bit of the wedding that I can show you. I can obviously show you my dress and stuff, and let's just celebrate it. So what is this? This is the Benefit Hoola contour stick. I think this is fab. This is not overly expensive. You can see all that's left of mine, and I just put it on very roughly, as I'm not a beauty channel, so go easy on me please. As you can see, I just literally whack it on and it goes in those areas, and then it'll just get smudged in. I also use, if I can find it, the Benefit What's Up What is obviously a play on light bulb what. All of this stuff, whatever I can find, in case anybody's interested in any of it, I will link down below, so you guys can see it. But it is 40-year-old skin. Just bear in mind that it takes a lot to make that look better. So anyway, what have you guys been asking me? I have been getting quite a few messages because, well, I suppose even if the bit that we can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, is 4 Chanel bags. And you guys have been asking me what I think about the rumoured... Oh, by the way, this is the Benefit brush that comes specifically for this, and I use that just to try and blend it in a little bit. So you guys have been asking me what I think about the rumoured upcoming further Chanel, I was going to say Louis Vuitton the brain sometimes, Chanel price increases, where there is rumoured to be another sizable increase coming in November. And there is also rumours to be restrictions on your purchases, that you can only have, what a time to get a spot. Oh dear, that you can only get maybe one classic flap. I think it's one classic flap a year, one of the classics a year. They're going to restrict the SLGs. Now, from what I heard, that the severe restriction of this is in South Korea. And I heard that it was to try and combat the amount of resellers coming from that area. I don't know if that's right or not. I just heard that on the rumour mill. Don't you pull some weird faces whenever you're getting ready? And you guys have been asking me what I think about that as well. I suppose I don't think the restriction of only one classic flap a year is going to be in, say, the UK and Europe and perhaps America and Australia. But I suppose if they're starting restricting them in any of the countries, it may be something that follows. This is Clinique. It is Transparency 3, and it is just the blended face powder. They used to do a sparkly one. This is the non-sparkly one. And if everything's coming out of the Nice Mini sitting over here, in case you wonder if I actually use these things. I don't know. I think there's going to be an argument from people that if they want to buy more than one classic flap and they can afford it, why are they not allowed to buy more than one classic flap? I think that there's going to be exceptions to it, as there seem to be exceptions to everything. We know that Hermes is meant to be 2 quota bags in a year, but yet there are certainly people that get far in excess of 2 quota bags a year. So I do think that there will be exceptions. I think they might try and bring in some sort of restrictions. We know that Chanel are always trying to combat resellers. I suppose they might try it out in South Korea, and then that was smart. And then it might move further outside. Do I think it'll get strict to one classic flap a year? I'll be surprised if it does. I would be surprised if someone who is a serious Chanel collector or handbag enthusiast is restricted to one bag a year. They may try and ration them out a bit, and they may try to keep them to their VICs. I've heard talk of purchase history as well. I think there's already a bit of that ongoing. I think already that there are certain bags, if you were to walk into Chanel and you had no purchase history and you'd never bought from there before and were to ask for it, I don't know if you'd be given it, even if it was in the back somewhere hidden. I know that I have bags in that cupboard that weren't on display, but when I spoke to my SA, they were somewhere to be found. So I think that they may try and restrict it a little bit that way. I don't know if it'll be a tight restriction, to be honest with you. I do think they're going to keep trying to bring in measures to tackle reselling. Do I think it's going to particularly work? I think even Hermes bring in things to try and tackle reselling. Look how hard it is to get an Hermes bag, and you can still get most of what you would want if you are willing to pay it on the resale market and to pay the value of it. So I suppose they can try and bring these things in, but whether or not it's going to work, I don't know. This makeup, by the way, is not for going out makeup. This is just, I'm going to the hotel with my mum to stay the night before the wedding in the hotel, and we're going to have dinner, and we're going to have some chill out girly time. So obviously I want something on my face. This is the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This is one I've actually used one I've actually used quite a lot. You can see how many empty ones there are. I love seeing that because it means you've actually used it and got your money's worth out of it. And I'm just going to go in with the very light one here at the top of my eyebrow to highlight the top of the brow. So that's what this is for. Then what you also have been asking me about are the price increases. Oh my goodness me. Are we going to have more Chanel price increases? Wow. Wow. The price of these bags is getting to be absolutely ridiculous. A classic flap at the minute, a medium large classic flap, I think is £5,860. That's a lot of money. Can I say I will never buy one again? No, I can't, because I'd be lying to your face. But what I can say is it is going to have to get a lot more restricted. It is going to have to be a very special bag, a very special colour, something that I just really can't walk away from. Not can't, obviously we can, but something that really, really stands out. This base colour is Urban Decay Chopper. This one is used to within an inch of its life. I'm going to try and get enough out of the edges. I have, it just fell out. I have ordered a replacement of this. It just hasn't came yet. And this is the colour I will generally use as a base in my eyeshadow. 5,860 I think it is, and potentially another increase coming in November. What's that going to put us to for a medium classic flap? Over £6,000. We're right up there with Hermes, Kelly and Birkin, aren't we? Although I think one thing we have to bear in mind is you generally can't just walk in and buy a Kelly or a Birkin. You have to have purchase history. You have to have a relationship with the SA. You also have to have the luck of the Hermes gods on your side. You have to have things falling into place. Even for some people who are spending a lot of money in Hermes, they're still not getting the Hermes Birkin and the Hermes Kelly. So I don't think it's exactly comparable, because Chanel, although we've just talked about they may be bringing in some restrictions and some purchase history, it's not exactly the same. You should still be able to, in theory, walk into a Chanel boutique and find a classic flap if that's what you want. I know on the last vlog that I did in Dublin, there were a lot of classic flaps in the store, and a lot of you guys had messaged me to say, I can't believe there's that many classic flaps. I can't believe you can walk into your store and just lift them up. I didn't realise why that was so strange until you were messaging me and letting me know that in Canada, in America, in Australia, that at the minute there are stock reductions or stock restrictions, and you may walk into a store and there's no classic flaps, or there's one classic flap. And I know certainly that day when I was in, there was quite a few for me to play with and try on, and I was tempted. The one that still plays in my mind, I bought, can you see it? Yes, you can. It's the, I'm determined to break this eyeshadow. It is the berry sort of, where's my finger going? This one, the purpley, pinky, magenta Cocoa Crush is the one that I brought home that day. But there was a beautiful, beautiful green, like a teal green classic flap that I was really tempted by. I also tried it on in a Chanel 19 that was fabulous. And one of you guys have messaged me since to say that you've gone in and bought it from that vlog, which I loved hearing. So thank you for letting me know that. And I just thought that was great, that the vlog was helpful and somebody then was able to go in and get one of the bags that they wanted. Certainly there were quite a few available that day. Will I still buy them? As I say, I can't say that I won't. I can't say that that's me completely out of classic flaps, because I do love them. Although I probably buy more of the mini, and the reason I buy more of the mini is because it's crossbody, it's less expensive, it's lightweight, it's easy to wear whenever you're crossbody in a bag. Whereas the classic flap, if you keep it at the length that it comes in, can sit quite high. I think the mini is just a great bag. I love them in bright colours. Well, I love everything in bright colours. Who am I kidding? But I think it would have to be a very, very special colour, fabric, tweed, something that I was thinking to myself that, oh my goodness, I just love you, before I'm going to be spending over £6,000 on it. If my husband, he's not here, but if he walked in and it's my money, I don't have to ask him for it. But oh my goodness, if he heard me discussing with you spending £6,000 on another Chanel bag, well, imagine how that conversation would go. Sorry, I'm not very good at this get ready with me thing, because I've never done it before. The purpley colour that is on the top is Urban Decay Last Call, and it's very similar to the colours you would see in the handbags and things that I'm addicted to buying, and I just really, really like it as a little bit of colour on my eyeshadow. The eyeliner that I use, none of my makeup, by the way, is very fancy or anything. I probably do need some new makeup, but I'm always very reluctant and nervous to move away from what I know. I generally go back to the same thing over and over and over again. So now eyeliner. The eyeliner that I use is Bourjois Paris, just plain black. It's a black. Very technical terms there. So I've just put eyeliner on the waterline and then I'm going to put it on the lid as well. Now, next is mascara, and if you've watched before you'll know I always use the Max Factor 2000 calorie mascara in the black colour. I think it's fabulous. It's not overly expensive. It's about £6 or £7. It is a dramatic volume mascara and I think it's fab. I just feel this opens my eyes up. I'm a mascara lover. The next thing you guys have been messaging me about is weight loss. I am not done. I am not at my target weight yet. I thankfully have been losing weight. I'm a lot happier in myself. Thank you so much for the comments I got and the messages I got on the video I did with the 10 tips to look better, which was touching on weight loss and how to dress for your shape and things like that. And you guys were so lovely about it. I got a lot of really nice comments on that and questions as well. I just had to feel a bit better about myself, and when I had, you know, obviously my dad died very suddenly, there was other stuff going on, I was just not in the space to be able to concentrate on losing weight. As I say, I comfort eat, so it was the very opposite. Then I started to eat a bit less, feel a bit better, move a bit more, try to prioritise getting out of the funk a bit, and it has been coming off. I have lost 2 stone. I put on 3 stone. I have lost 2 stone of that. I still have a stone to go. I love food is a problem. I love food. I love chocolate. Sorry, when I'm putting the makeup away, I keep hitting that. I love chocolate. I love food. I don't love cutting them down, but I haven't been cutting them out. I'm just trying to be eating a bit better and being a bit more, making smarter decisions. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I absolutely love this. I have this on my Santa list for my husband to replace because that one is getting really quite worn. And I think it's fab. This is getting very long. I might have to maybe cut this way down or do it in 2 parts. Okay, next. Dior Lip Gloss. Absolutely love it. This is just in a pink, and it's just because, as I say, I'm not going anywhere out or anything. I just want to have a little bit of something on my face. So, makeup look. Looks great with the uncombed, unbrushed hair. This is the Grow Hair Serum by Vegamore. This is the one that Shea Whitney is quite regularly advertising. I think she does use it, but I think she works with them now. The only thing I'll say, if you're buying this or trying it, keep your head back if you've got your makeup on, because it runs right down your face. I literally just put it in sections on my hair, and then you just rub it into your hair and dry as normal. And it's meant to help your hair grow. And I tried it. I bought it myself. This isn't sponsored. This isn't gifted or anything like that. But I actually think it is working. If you can see all the little baby hairs starting to grow back. This is where I had no hair. And you can see the little baby hairs starting to grow. Now, it means my hair is sticking out and about like mad at the minute because these little baby hairs are everywhere and they're all in here as well. But I do think that isn't that a good look? I do think that means the serum is actually working, and it does feel like it's getting a little bit thicker since I've started using it. So hair is dry, straightened, makeup is on enough to get out of here. I am going to pack up what I need for the wedding. I am trying not to forget anything and get on the road. I'm trying not to get overly emotional, but it is emotional. I'm exceptionally proud of my mum. I can't believe that from where she was in her hospital bed that she's here, that she's getting married tomorrow. I am over the moon for her. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy. I'm struggling for words. I'm so proud, and I just, it's going to be a very emotional day. He's unhappy. He's in his seat. She's in her seat at the back, buckled in all nice and stiff. He has got so used to being with me since we went back to work, because they come to work quite a lot now, that he doesn't like whenever he's not with his mummy. The wedding, very exciting. Didn't sleep great. I think nervous that I was going to sleep in and not be up on time for my mum's wedding.
So we are just going to go down and get some breakfast. It's about 7:30 a.m. Sorry about the light. I'm sure it's very, very dark. But we're going to go get ready, and then the hair and makeup's going to arrive and get this show on the road.